the chat too. No, Gwendlyn did not go to the wedding.
To ask, why didn't Gwen go to the wedding because of Peyton? I'm
I honestly don't know.
not going to answer that.
I don't know. Gwendlyn didn't tell me why she wasn't there. When she didn't show up, it was kind of a shock to me. I didn't know that she wasn't going to be there, so
That's a her question.
that's a her.
Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday, October 11th, 2023, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Christine Brown is now a married woman, and she and David Woolley exchanged vows in front of 330 guests in Moab, Utah. The events kicked off on October 6th when they took a cruise down the Colorado River. The wedding was held outdoors, and Christine and David's ceremony was short and sweet. They had a reception following where they served a meal, and they also had alcohol at the event. Very different from the way that they all grew up and all that they lived in the world of polygamy. Christine wore a beautiful white dress that was designed by Boda Bridal. She and her daughters were looking absolutely fantastic, wearing a fall color scheme. And the day was filled with love and so many people there. Now, Christine didn't really ever think that this was going to be a possibility. And leading up to this event, she had mentioned that there had been a bit of stress because I guess there was some issues with whether or not they were going to have everyone there that they wanted to have there. While most of her children and Janelle attended the event, she alluded to the fact that the wedding planning had actually been quite a bit stressful. The entire event took place at Red Cliffs Lodge. She said, there's been so many moving pieces with people coming and not coming. And then you're always going to offend someone. And David said, there's always family drama. So apparently there was some drama with the wedding. And now we're finding out that the drama is related to Christine's daughter, Gwendlyn Brown. Apparently, Gwendlyn did not attend the wedding, and McKelty revealed on Patreon last night while she was watching her recent episode. So she does a Watch With Me party on Tuesday nights, and during this beginning part, she discussed the wedding. She discussed that it was filmed for TLC, that it might appear in an episode of Sister Wives, or it could have its own special. And she said that Gwendlyn didn't come to the wedding, which kind of shocked her and surprised her. She didn't know why, but this is what she said.
Come on, man. I have to ask, why didn't Gwen go to the wedding because of Peyton?
I honestly don't know.
Not going to answer that.
I don't know. Gwendlyn didn't tell me why she wasn't there. When she didn't show up, it was kind of a shock to me. I didn't know that she wasn't going to be there, so
That's a her question.
that's a her.
Christine alluded to the fact that there was moving pieces where people were coming and then not coming, and David said that there was family drama. Now, McKelty did say that most of Christine and Janelle's kids were there, other than Gwendlyn, and Leon was in attendance with their partner and spouse, Audrey. When it comes to David's children, most of his kids were there as well. However, with Gwendlyn, it sounds like Gwendlyn was waffling about whether or not she was going to come. It's kind of interesting here because Gwendlyn got married in July, and when she got married, shortly thereafter, she went off to Europe. She was in the middle of, I think she was taking classes this summer at NAU. It was during the summer as well that Christine went traveling and went to Europe with her daughters, and Gwendlyn wasn't there. There wasn't really an explanation for why Gwendlyn didn't go. My assumption at the time was that she didn't go because she was in school. Obviously, there's been this long-standing issue between Gwendlyn and Peyton. If you're not aware, they had a fight that both of them have acknowledged publicly. Peyton says that he slapped her, and Gwendlyn called him like the worst person in the world. She said that he's just a horrible brother. He's demeaning, he's degrading, and he slapped her. and she doesn't want to be in the same room as him. It doesn't have to want to deal with him. We don't know if it had anything to do with Peyton, though, because she and Peyton were at a wedding for Logan and Michelle last fall, and they were able to be in the same event, but they didn't interact and everything went fine. Why this could have happened with Christine, McKelty did elaborate a little bit, one about her mom being upset, and then she discussed a possible reason for why Gwendlyn made the choice not to go.
I think it's tragic and sad for my mom. I don't know the reasons why. I don't know if there was there could have been an emergency. There could have been like nothing. Who knows?
But it is sad.
But it is sad.
Your mom's definitely sad about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be sad if Alan didn't come to our wedding.
Agreed. She better come to our wedding. Don't divorce me so that I'm in your wedding, though.
Apparently, Gwendlyn not attending Christine and David's wedding was devastating to Christine. And she was heartbroken and very sad about the situation. McKelty calling it tragic. And even Tony saying that he would hope that Avalon, their daughter, would go to their wedding if they were to get married again, and that she wouldn't skip the wedding, to which McKelty agreed. It's really surprising that Gwendlyn skipped the wedding, and some people are, again, speculating this is about Peyton. Some have said that it could be because Peyton was chosen to walk Christine down the aisle. A lot of Gwendolyn's fans have been in my comments saying things like she shouldn't be forced to be around Peyton. It's about Christine picking Peyton over her. Whatever the situation, Christine would be in the middle of, and it would be hard for a mom to pick sides. Now, McKelty offered a little bit more insight because apparently there was something that happened related to Gwendolyn's wedding that got mixed in with filming that left Gwendlyn a little bit upset.
Of the attention Christine got for her wedding, not at all. Which Gwen did not really receive for hers. I do not think so at all. Gwendlyn did. So Gwendlyn didn't want her wedding on the show or publicized in any way like that. So one of the ways you're not going to get a lot of attention is if Moms has a lot of attention because, I mean, it's been a long time coming. She obviously left an unhealthy marriage and she found somebody who truly loves her for her. So I think that hers is, it was just this kind of blown up thing, whereas Gwendolyn's wasn't publicized. So I think that's the big difference. She was upset at a future scene, probably next season they filmed with her, and it was disruptive by the cameraman changing focus on Cody meeting David rather than her. I think that the only reason why they wanted to film Gwendolyn's engagement party was because David and my dad would meet. So I think that was rude of them because that should have been more about Gwendolyn. So that could be it. But I don't think that she's upset because Mom's got more attention because Gwendlyn didn't want.
So one of her patrons suggested that there could be some issues with Gwendolyn being upset with Christine for getting attention for her wedding within the same time frame as Gwendolyn's wedding, to which McKelty didn't think that was the case. And because Gwendolyn's wedding wasn't filmed for the show. However, apparently her engagement party was filmed for the show, which Christine held the engagement party for Gwendlyn in Utah. And Gwendolyn said a few months ago that her dad did not come to her engagement party, that she invited Robin and Cody, but they just didn't show up and she didn't know why they showed up. Now, she could be speaking about another event, or she could have an NDA, so she's not trying to disclose too much information. That would be a spoiler for the show. However, at some point, Gwendolyn has expressed frustration on her Patreon that her engagement party turned into some sort of, or a party related to her wedding turned into some sort of drama where producers were filming the event because it would be the first time that Cody would meet David. And this was also going to be one of the first times Gwendolyn met David. And so I think Gwendolyn was upset because instead of the event being about her, which it was for her wedding, it was turned into drama for the show of Cody meeting David for the very first time. And I could understand completely that you don't want drama for the show, but every single wedding that has been on this show has included drama around Cody. He has made every single one of his kids' weddings about him. And the weddings are typically weaved throughout other episodes where there's drama going on. And unfortunately, a day that is supposed to be about his children ends up being content for the show. And some of the kids have made comments about they didn't like specific aspects of their wedding episode, including drama. But TLC is obviously trying to get an audience to watch a reality television show, which they want dramatized for rating. If it's true about the production side of things, McKelty says that she thought it was rude for them to film this and to make it about Cody and David, and it should have been focused on Gwendlyn, but she's not sure if that's the reason why Gwendlyn decided not to film her wedding, or if that's why Gwendlyn made the decision not to go to Christine's wedding. Camera crews were at Christine's wedding. So was Gwendlyn upset because of her last filming experience, perhaps, where producers edited a situation into something that was ugly in her estimation and not about her day? And she didn't go because cameras are filming Christine's wedding. McKelty did say that the cameras did film. It's going to be either a special or an episode of Sister Wives. And when you're a part of a reality television show, sadly, you become a filming family, as Jill Duggar has talked so much about, that everyday life turns into events for production for a show. And you have to be on at all times when you're being filmed for a show. It doesn't give a lot of grace or wiggle room for families to just be families without a television show. I don't know why Gwendlyn didn't go. Gwendlyn has been clearly distancing herself from her siblings and from people for several months. And I'm not sure if there's a rift with Christine or if it's a rift about Sister Wives. I don't know. Cody and Robin were not invited. Mary was not invited. Everyone else that was invited from Christine's other kids other than Gwendlyn was there. Even Maddie, who traveled from North Carolina. So sadly, we won't know until Gwendlyn says something or until Christine said something. All Christine has mentioned is that you always offend someone. So clearly, she feels like she's offended someone. She might feel that she's offended Gwendlyn. Did she offend Gwendlyn by choosing Peyton to walk her down the aisle? Did she offend Gwendlyn by choosing to film her wedding? Did she offend Gwendlyn by choosing to have all of her kids there? Did she offend Gwendlyn because she picked Peyton over her in Gwendolyn's eyes? I don't know. It's sad all around though. And I don't know if it's a part of the show or not, or if we'll see the drama on the show, but it's really sad that this has happened because I know that Gwendlyn and her mom have always been really close. So I'm sure Christine is devastated, but I'm also sure that Gwendlyn making this choice probably was equally as devastating to her. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.